and welcome to Money Matters. We've entered the third quarter of what has been a volatile financial year. The expanded vaccine counts around the world should point to a brighter financial outlook, yet trade has been muted. Investors appear to be waiting for fresh news to trigger a sell or buy order. We invited two analysts to go head-to-head with stock picks they think are a buy.
Jason Chan returns to recommend two more stock picks. After one of his previous choices, Sunuc Services, stock code 1516, cracked its target price of $27. He takes on Stephen Leung. Jason's first choice in this round is a solid old economy company, 9 Dragons Paper, stock code 2689. The mainland tech scene has run into some toxic regulatory waters of late, so Jason figures some old-fashioned industrial manufacturing might will build some strength into a portfolio.
It is one of the leading packaging paper manufacturer in the mainland China. The scale is quite large. Why I picked this stock? Because of several reasons. The first one is that since the Dongguan government recently announced a new policy to accelerate to the coal to gas conversion progress for the paper industry, I believe it could lead to a faster industry consolidation by which the smaller paper mills are forced to quit the market.
Jason believes the process will allow the market leaders to capture greater market share and lead to an industry-wide hike in prices. 9 Dragons already holds a substantial market share. Jason believes the consolidation process will expand the gross profit margins of the company, leading to higher net profit and a boost to the stock price. The company is already benefiting from the rapid growth of the online retail industry during the pandemic that led to a big rush in stuff delivered in boxes and crates made of paper cardboard.
And according to the Bloomberg consensus, the stock is currently trading at around 6.1 times forward PE, which is well below the 5-year average.
9 Dragons is a cyclical stock rising and falling with the mood of consumers and the health of the economy, and therein lies its chief risk. Jason sets a target price of $12.50 and a stop loss of 10. Jason's second stock pick is China Resources Power, stock code 836. The state-owned company operates coal-fired power generating plants in China. It has a plan to invest in large-scale solar and wind-generated power installations in the next 4 to 5 years. The conversion from a dirty fossil fuel burning generator to a renewable energy giant is supported by the country's carbon-neutral policy.
And the renewable energy business segment is expected to contribute more than 90% of the group's earnings in 2025 years. And the company is trading at a deep discount compared to other renewable energy peers in the market. Its forward PE ratio is just at 5 times. And also the price to book value ratio is at 0.5 times.
That's what investors call a screaming bargain. Throw in a dividend yield of over 6%, and you've got a keeper until the frost lifts from the demoralized mainland tech sector. The main risk to the company is the post-pandemic bottleneck of raw material supplies.
The coal-fired business and earnings may not perform very well in the first half of the year because of the rising cost of the coal. Because coal is one of the major raw material for the for the fire power plants.
Jason sets a target price of $12 and a stop loss of $9.50. Challenging Jason this month is Stephen Leung. Stephen's first stock pick is also from the renewable economy electric vehicle maker BYD company, stock code 1211. BYD is another company that will do well as China attempts to decarbon its economy of the future with the wide adoption of electric vehicles.
Chinese government has been supporting the EV development for over the past few years. As a pioneer in this area, BYD is actually leading ahead the domestic peers. Looking at the June sales figures, the EV sales is up by 1.9 times year on year, hitting over 41,000 units. The momentum has been strong from the beginning of this year.
BYD's sales will continue to grow in the second half, as the company has a substantial backlog in orders that has shrunk slowly due to chip shortages and post-pandemic bottlenecks.
For this kinds of company, they are going to have a very strong target, sales target. Management targets a monthly sales of EV around 80,000 units, which is double of the number in June. I think this target looks quite high, but I think it's achievable.
The company's chief vulnerability is the three-digit valuation of the shares.
Relative PE is over 100 times, and any negative news may trigger a major sell-off. Just like if the shortage in semiconductor is not going to improve, that will be a disaster for the BYD's manufacturing. And also, we are concerned about the rising raw material prices in steel, aluminum, or in battery. And competition-wise, since the EV industry outlook is so positive, there are more and more challenges coming into this sector.
Stephen's target price is set at $255 and a stop loss of $198. Stephen opts to avoid the recent bout of regulation risk in China, especially among its tech counters, so he's chosen an old economy safety haven, AIA, stock code 1299.
AIA is well known for their sustained growth of their new business. And looking at the first quarter numbers, they reported a 25% growth in the new business value. This is mainly contributed by the business in China, Hong Kong, and Thailand. I think the upcoming operating environment in the second half continues to be positive for AIA.
Investors should keep an eye on the status of the border crossing between Hong Kong and the mainland, as AIA would benefit greatly from a quick reopening, or at the very least, sometime in the second half this year, to resume a steady flow of insurance policy tourism. The reopening issue happens to be one of the main risks to the company's outlook.
There are a lot of mainland people coming to Hong Kong to buy the insurance policy. They buy the policy here because maybe the policy is denominated in US dollar, Hong Kong dollar, and they can just bring the policy everywhere, all over the world.
Stephen sets a target price of $104 and a stop loss of $89. We'll review Jason's and Stephen's stock picks in a month to see who comes back to go head-to-head.
I was once a child with a dream.
Billionaire bragging rights go to Richard Branson after he reached space with a handful of company colleagues. The flight was the 22nd test flight of VSS Unity and the first test flight with a full crew in the cabin. Unity took off attached to its mothership and after release achieved a speed of Mach 3. The vehicle reached space at an altitude of more than 80 kilometers. The crew experienced a brief moment of weightlessness. The vehicle re-entered the atmosphere before gliding smoothly to a runway landing at Spaceport America in New Mexico. Branson's moment in the starlight gives him the right to say he was the first private space company founder to reach the depths of space, 9 days before his rival Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is scheduled to lift off. Bezos will ride his company's vehicle, Blue Origin, for a 10-minute flight July 20th. His voyage comes as Bezos announced his retirement from the helm of Amazon.com. The business he began as an internet bookseller 27 years ago is now one of the world's most valuable companies with quarterly sales above $100 billion US. The billionaire blastoffs gave a glimpse of the journey of 3 commercial space companies started by private enterprises, the third being Elon Musk's SpaceX. Branson says space tourism is just getting off the ground. 600 people have already signed up for the $200,000 a flight jollies.
When Money Matters returns, the sea views and wooded hilltops of Clearwater Bay. Stay with us. Welcome back to Money Matters. In Hong Kong, it's rare to find a home with a sea view while being surrounded by woodland. In this episode, reporter Alice Khan finds exactly that in Sai Kung. This week, we went to the countryside of Clearwater Bay. The hills and the beaches attract many expats and returning locals.
And this is quiet, peaceful. I just feel like I'm at home already. It's close to the beaches, yes.
Ella Wong and her family moved to San Francisco decades ago. Now she plans to buy a sizable house in Hong Kong.
The peak is I put it this way, maybe the price is a little high. I find it high there. I heard Clearwater Bay, the prices here, it's pretty much softer than the downtown area. And that's why I come here to look for a second home. Give it a try.
There are 2,251 private residential units for the almost 20,000 strong population of Clearwater Bay. The price of a house in this area ranges from $22 million to around $300 million. Some villa owners have high asking prices.
Usually they will ask for more than the bank valuation, about 15 to 20%. Some of them higher.
This week, we helped Ella go bargain hunting in the area. This 22-year-old project has a total of 53 houses and 20 bungalows set in a hillside. The saleable area of this development ranges from 1,987 to 3,858 square feet. The units overlook Lobster Bay. It also provides a clubhouse, including a gym room, swimming pools, and a tennis court. Currently, the transacted sale prices range from $17,852 to $28,201 per square foot. At the moment, 4 units are for sale. We checked out this house for Ella. The total size of this house is 3,126 square feet. It also comes with a garden. The owner is asking for $68 million or $21,753 per square foot, which is within the price range.
If a flat is more than 3,000 square feet in the mid-levels, and then you need to pay almost double price of this house. It must be more than 100 million.
We go inside for a closer look to see if the price is really reasonable. The living room is on the ground floor. It's 800 square feet.
Because this is like a square, a rectangular, especially good for the expats, and they have big furnitures so that you can put 2 sets of couch here.
And also, it is very nicely decorated.
Yes, it is. And the vendor has spent about $3 million on the renovation when they bought this house.
What did he do?
You see, the flooring originally is the wooden floor, and then they bought this is the natural stone. So it's a very expensive material.
The design of the living room is a classic European style in white. It has a large window on one side and a mirror on the other side, making the room bright.
Does it have a nice view?
Yes, you can see the mountain view from here through these bay windows, very bright. And this is the greenery view. You see the high ceiling, expensive windows, and at night time, this is like a starlight garden, the starlight windows.
Unfortunately, there's no sea view from the living room. Downstairs, we find the 300 square foot open kitchen and dining area on the lower ground floor.
You can put the dining table right here, suitable for about 6 to 8 people.
The owner spent almost $1.5 million renovating the kitchen. The blue tiles are imported from Portugal.
Eva, this is a very special features.
Yeah, this is a huge marble island, which is very good for you to prepare a big dinner for your family. Yeah, and also you can see there's a foot lift. Yeah, so you can serve all the hot dishes, go up to the bedrooms area.
Outside the kitchen is this garden.
Accessible from the kitchen, then that's the private garden of this house. And this area, you can build a village house here because it's quite sizable. It's more than 700 square feet. Yeah, you can have a party, barbecue, dinner for your families, and invite your friends here.
But we noticed a security issue in here. The glass fence is only about 3 feet high.
But there's a fence there. Is it high enough?
Because this owner, they set up the security system. So you can see if anyone just want to walk into this garden, then the alarm will on.
The house has 4 ensuite bedrooms. This one on the first floor is decorated as a boys' room. It's around 300 square feet plus a balcony with a building view.
The size is a studio flat size.
Yeah, exactly. If you buy a studio in town, it costs more than $10 million.
The owner has optimized the area on the first floor.
What's this area for?
This is a family corner, and where you can put a grand piano here, or you can put some coffee table and chairs here.
An ensuite guest room is on the other side of this floor. It is 150 square feet and can fit a king-size bed. There is a large built-in wardrobe and the ceiling is mirrored.
The mirror can reflect the lights through these big windows, so the room is quite bright.
This guest room has a better view with a bit of sea view and mountain view. On the second floor is another ensuite bedroom, decorated as a girl's room. There's a pink velvet sofa here.
May you sit down? Yeah. And so you can see the layout is simply like the boys' room. You can put a single bed right here, and this is a sitting area.
But this room is smaller. With a sofa, single bed, and desk, there isn't much room left to walk around. But the top floor houses the massive ensuite master bedroom.
This is the master ensuite bedroom. This is a walk-in closet and a lot of storage for handbags and shoes and clothes. And also these are the storage area. Please come in. And the size of this bedroom is more than 400 square feet.
Wow, it's very huge.
Yeah, it is. And you can put the super king-size bed right here. And every morning when you wake up, then you enjoy a very beautiful greenery and open sea view.
Also, the floor-to-ceiling windows allow tons of sunlight into the room. The bathroom is also big. Residents can pamper themselves in this jacuzzi bathtub. And the rooftop also has an open sea view and mountain view. It can fit large outdoor furniture, perfect for a party. Ella takes a wander around the house. Will she consider buying it?
It has a lot of space. It's good for entertaining. This is what I like. You can entertain indoor and outdoor. See, outdoor here, you can barbecue, you can have your own party. You know, like each floor has bedroom, bathroom. So once you go in your room, you have your own privacy. Excellent view from the master bedroom. You can overlook the bay and a lot of greenery. That's what I like.
But Ella says there is a downside in this area.
Well, downside is maybe the transportation. I'm used to, drive by myself. But here, sure, you can drive too. It's like only 10-15 minutes away from MTR. And of course, if you're looking for bus stop right in front, no.
The complex offers a shuttle to the city, but it's not frequent. It's about a 10-minute walk to the bus stop on the Clearwater Bay Road to catch a bus to other parts of the territory. 2 upsides are the nearby beaches and country park, which Ella enjoys. Next week, we bring Ella to Shung Se Wan, a coastal area, to check out a standalone villa.
The waters of the Mississippi River Delta hold many mysteries, but perhaps some of their secrets will soon be uncovered from the mud and murk. NASA scientists and half a dozen universities from Boston to California are investigating which parts of these dwindling deltas can be saved and which are past hope. They aim to create computer models that can be used with airborne and satellite-collected data to discover what exactly is happening. On boats and islands, scientists and students from across the country take samples and measure everything from currents to the diameters of marked trees.
One of the toughest part about working in a delta is you can only touch one little piece of it at any one time and understand one little piece of it at one time. Now we have the capability of working with NASA to understand the entire delta.
NASA has 3 aircraft flying simultaneously over the delta, taking readings using 2 kinds of radar and spectrometer. Some measurements are as precise as a couple of centimeters. And with the altitude, NASA brings greater scope to the groundwork, studying water flow, sediment carried by it, and plants that can slow the flow, trap sediment, and pull carbon out of the air.
And with those spectrum, we can figure out how much sediment is in that water. And if we know how much sediment is in that water, and using the radar, we know where that water goes, we know where those sediments go and end up. So it's kind of a complete and complementary system that we designed here.
The scale of the delta needed an airborne approach. Louisiana holds 40% of the U.S.'s wetlands. They've shrunk by about 5,200 square kilometers since the 1930s, or 80% of all wetland losses. The data collected will bring new insights about why some parts of the delta are growing and others dwindling. The results could provide new ideas about preventing the losses and reducing the impact of climate change.
Given that all our data and all our models will be open to public, we're really open that it will take off and be used to support decision-making and to support management of natural resources. And not only along the Mississippi River Delta, but in different areas around the world.
That's the show. Thanks for watching. Next time on Money Matters, a look at how cryptocurrency is rapidly being accepted in the art market, both as a form of payment and NFTs. See you then. Good night.